The federal government's debt is growing faster than the economy, pushing the nation toward a tipping point. The new major spending and tax bill is projected to add $3 trillion to the national debt.
If current temporary measures become permanent, the cost of the new law could soar to $5 trillion.
The primary drivers of the debt are the rising costs of Social Security and Medicare due to an aging population.
The cost of servicing the national debt is rapidly increasing due to rising interest rates.
The federal debt ceiling has been reinstated, setting the stage for a critical political showdown in early next year.
Federal agencies are already employing extraordinary measures to avoid a catastrophic, immediate default.
The House and Senate are deeply divided over plans to lift the ceiling versus demanding massive spending cuts.
Negotiations are complicated by attempts to marry debt increases with partisan tax and spending cuts.
The political environment shows little sign of the bipartisan consensus needed to resolve the crisis cleanly.
A prolonged default crisis would trigger a deep recession and the loss of millions of American jobs. The growing national debt slows private investment, which leads to slower wage growth for American workers.
And the fiscal risk puts upward pressure on interest rates, making it more expensive for citizens to borrow money.
The brinkmanship around the debt ceiling has previously led to a U.S. credit downgrade.
Instability in the U.S. debt market creates ripple effects felt across the entire global economy. Enhanced Affordable Care Act subsidies are set to expire at the end of this calendar year.
The authorization for major federal welfare programs like TANF is also set to expire very soon. Statutory spending caps imposed by past Congresses are expiring, opening the door for higher spending.
The authorization for major Medicare and Medicaid healthcare extenders will also lapse this quarter.
The authorization for the National Flood Insurance Program has already expired in the current shutdown.
Experts propose a bipartisan fiscal commission to address the debt drivers like entitlements.
A comprehensive stabilization plan must include significant restraint on mandatory spending growth.
Congress is pushing to tighten controls on the executive's unilateral spending authority and actions. The longer action is delayed, the more drastic and painful the eventual fiscal adjustments will be.
Default is not an option. Subscribe now to track the nation's final fiscal countdown.